Welcome back to day 2 of Wake Up My Daughters, a 7-day return from drift. Yesterday, we began waking up, becoming aware of the quiet ways drift can settle into our lives without us even realizing it. Today, we turn our attention to the heart. Because drift doesn't usually begin with rebellion, it begins when our hearts slowly grow less responsive to God's voice. We're going to explore what it means to live with a soft heart before the Lord, how hearts become hardened over time, and why responding today matters more than we think. Let's look at a story from Scripture. Eli was the high priest, and his sons, Hophni and Phinehas, served in the tabernacle. But their hearts had drifted. Scripture tells us in 1 Samuel 2:12, "Now the sons of Eli were corrupt. They did not know the Lord." They took for themselves portions of the sacrifices and treated God's offerings lightly. Even when Eli warned them, saying, "Why do you do such things? I hear of your evil deeds from all the people," they continued in their drift. Drift often looks like neglect or routine without heart. Their hearts were present physically in the temple, but spiritually they were distant. Psalm 95, verses 6 through 8, is the mirror God gives us today. Come, let us bow down in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Today, if only you would hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as you did at Meribah, as you did that day at Massah in the wilderness. Even when God's people were physically present in the temple or wandering in the wilderness, their hearts could drift. Eli's sons are a warning, but Psalm 95 shows the way back. God's voice is calling you today to bow, to kneel, to respond with a soft, attentive heart. Let's read the verse one more time. Come, let us bow down in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Today, if only you would hear his voice, do not harden your hearts, as you did at Meribah, as you did that day at Massah in the wilderness. Notice the rhythm. Come, bow down, kneel before the Lord. That is intentional action. For he is our God, we are his flock, identity and care. Today, if only you would hear his voice, speaks of the urgency and opportunity. Do not harden your hearts. Meribah, Massah. It's a warning. Ignoring God leads to consequences. Drift doesn't feel dramatic, it's quiet. We go through spiritual routines, prayers, or Bible reading without heart engagement. Psalm 95 reminds us that God is calling us today, even in small, ordinary moments, to notice him and respond. Eli's sons remind us of the danger of remaining passive in spiritual service, but God's grace is always present when we turn back. Let's take a moment and reflect on this question. How am I responding when God speaks? Now, today, choose one moment to respond to God's voice with intention, not later, not perfectly, but today. When you sense a nudge to pause, pause. When Scripture comes to mind, return to it. When you feel prompted to pray, pray immediately. Response softens the heart. Delay hardens it. Thank you for taking the time today to awaken your heart. If this episode spoke to you, share it with a friend who might need it, and check the show notes for reflection prompts and resources at wateredbytheword.com to help you continue your journey. Let's wake up, sister, and walk it out together.